Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I have done a video. It has also been a while since I have budgeted. So I will be back now because I have learned something about myself, that I am not good without the accountability of, number one, having a budget, and number two, to sharing that budget, because I literally have spent so much money in the last 4 or 5 months. So I am back. And I appreciate those of you who have reached out to see how I'm doing. I am doing well. I became a grandmother again. I now have a little grandson. He was born July 3rd. So I am helping out with 2 kids now. If you are new to my channel, my husband and I live in Phoenix. We are retired. We both sometimes work part-time jobs to kind of bring in some extra income. We are debt-free, meaning mortgage, everything. So our budget really is a very fixed budget for what we budget. Any extra money that we bring in kind of helps with long-term savings goals like vehicles, things like that, vacation, stuff like that. So in my absence, I did take some time to kind of go through my system, redo my forms, made some new envelopes. I felt like that would help me to be motivated. If you are new on this journey of cash stuffing, I will tell you it works as long as you understand that the money that is there is what is there. And I think that's the one thing when I wasn't budgeting, I was not being really intentional. I was just using my credit card, and then it would come to the end of the month and it was like, okay, where am I going to get this money? So this system, by pulling the cash out, putting the envelope, and then looking at that cash going back to the bank every month, it helps me to keep on track with what I'm spending. And so I'm not looking how I'm going to pay off my card at the end of the month. So this is the form that I'm using now. And this is what I've been kind of having a challenge with. So let's see if I can get this to focus. Okay, so my husband and I get paid once a month. We both do a draw from, I do a draw for my pension. His is an automatic. He is retired law enforcement. So I add those two together, divided by 2. So our income is $7,836. Even though I do have an incremental line, I will add in incremental income at the end of the month just so that I'm aware of what we brought in. Rollover money is if I'm keeping money in the account to help offset something. I want that money accounted for, and that's where rollover would be. So our cash envelopes are groceries, eating out, spending, gas, household, mom, medicine, miscellaneous, entertainment, personal care. Our long-term sinking funds, which are at Capital One. Our Christmas auto, which includes maintenance and registration. The envelopes, where I just say envelopes, are usually birthdays, holidays, things like that. Medical, general, technology, and savings. So for my general fund, once I figure all of this out, I take the amount that is going to be billed to my card in our bills, like our internet, streaming, things like that. And I transfer that money into what I call the general fund. And that way it's already there, it's already accounted for, and then as the bill comes in, I just transfer it from that onto my card versus from my checking account. Over here are our bills, pretty much, the norm. We do pay for medical insurance out of pocket. It's $1,838. It's a big part of our budget. We just found out that they are no longer going to be offering insurance. So thousands of people out looking for insurance. We have been looking at some different options. The things that we have found so far are about $800 more a month than what we currently are spending. So not sure where that money is coming from. I do contribute to my granddaughter's $529, and I will start contributing next month to my grandson's $529. And then everything else pretty much is the norm. I feel like a lot of subscriptions. All of these down here are subscriptions. But I've really kind of toned those down a little bit when I was looking to see how we could pare down our budget. So So that's where we're at. The way this form works for me is there are formulas. This is an Excel spreadsheet. So I total up. First, I put in my bills. Then I put in my long-term sinking funds. And then I put what I call my lifestyle. And then it will give me a total. So for income, $7,836. Bills come to $4,395. Cash envelopes, which are these right here, $1,790. Leaves me sinking funds of $1,651. These over here at the top come out right away, and then what's left, I go into what I call my envelope. So then that's kind of where I spread that money out. So there's certain things I save for every single month, and that's birthdays, certain things like that I know are going to come up and that I need to replenish. And then from there, I go to cash stuffing. So first this one, and then once I decide what I'm going to pull out in cash, then I use this form. And this form is just here's the category, here's what I need to fund, how I'm going to break that out, and a total. So this total and that total need to match if I've done this correctly. And this, again, is just an Excel spreadsheet that has formulas in it. And then I just take these amounts at the bottom, write them onto my cash card, and that's what I take to the bank. So that way I know what I've committed to for each envelope, and it helps me when I go to cash stuffing, which is a very important part of this process. So we are going to go ahead and get started with the cash stuffing. So we'll start just to make sure that all of the money here, I'm going to zoom this out a little bit. So how have you guys been? I hope that you are all doing well. I don't know about you. I'm trying to survive the last part of summer in Arizona. We've had a heat wave come back again. It's been a very crazy summer. So in $100 bills, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the newest $100 bills I've seen in a long time. In 50s, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, so 600. In 20s, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, so 860. In tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 2, 210, 220, 230. And these are brand new fives, so let's see what we can do here. 1, 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 125. And then in tens, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 26, 21. That's what we needed to have. Okay. So I have kind of redone my binders a little bit. I did make some new envelopes. I hoped that would motivate me to use my envelopes and be a lot more intentional. So here we are. So for groceries, it is getting $700, and I did that as 4 $100 bills, 4 50s, 4 20s, and 4 5s. Okay, should be 700. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 700. So a budget of 700 on a 4-week month is basically going to be 175 a week. Now my daughter and son-in-law are staying with us right now, so our grocery bill has gone up, so we'll see how that goes. Eating out is 300, and I did that by 10 20s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 5s. Wow, these are really new. Okay, so we should have 300. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300. This is my problem category right here, eating out. I would prefer to eat out every day and not cook, so I will borrow from groceries if I need to, but as long as I stay within this 2 categories together, I think we'll be okay. So spending is getting 100, and I did that as 520s. I used to give myself a lot more for spending, like $50 a week, but I feel like if I do my budget correctly, I don't need as much spending. This is just like a little bit of cash to have in my wallet. I should be using my categories. So 20, 40, 60, 81 for spending. Gas gets 250, and I did that as 450s and 510s. Now, I'm not working a lot, but I do drive to my daughter's house every day, sometimes a couple times a day. So I've been going through about a tank a week, and it's about $60. So this should get me through the month. I used to have a lot of cushion in this category, but I no longer do. So 51, 52, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 250. And I already filled up, so I will have to pull this already. Medicine gets 50. I already know this is not enough because it's medicine and supplements. I take a lot of supplements. I don't take a lot of prescription drugs, but I do take a lot of vitamins and minerals and things like that. So I do need to add to this. I did work last week, so some of that money is going to go into here to supplement that. Self-care, I am getting my hair cut and colored this month. I also already have 198 in there, so I'm going to add 200. I was smart this time. I went ahead and did my trackers first because I tend to forget to go back and do that. So for personal care, it is 150, 620s, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20. And 5 5s. And 5 1s. So I do pay for my hair in cash. So it's about 200 by the time it's cut and color and tip. So it's about 200. So I just bring cash with me and just get it over with. And then I do pay for pedicures, my massage tip, all that in cash. So this is one category that I have remained in cash just because I don't want to use my card and then have to pay it back later. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 175, 80, 185, 90, 195, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200. So I'm going to add that to the 189 that's in here now. I did stop getting my nails done because I wasn't working, so there really wasn't a need to do that, and that has saved me about $100 a month. So I've just been doing them myself when I go to work. Okay, so 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 355, 40, 355, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 398. There will be extra money in here, but that's okay. This is one of the envelopes that I am going to let kind of build up a little bit. Date night, I did forget to do an entertainment one, so I'm using date night, and that gets 50. I think it was 2 20s and a 10. Just look really quick. Yeah, 2 20s and a 10. Household is getting 50, and that's 2 20s and a 10. So household is decor, but it's also cleaning products and toilet paper, things like that. So I'm going to be pulling from this right away. My mom gets 4 10s. I really have not been bringing her a lot of food because usually during my visit she's sleeping, or if she is awake she's just eaten. So, but I still like to bring her a few little treats. Oh my god, I literally can't talk today. Okay, let's get going. Miscellaneous is 50. This is one envelope that I almost got rid of because I never used it, and now I've been using it again. So let's hope that I can kind of just build this up a little bit. Rollover will be for change, so when I'm cash stuffing I'll have some cash in here, and then back to the bank is anything that I use my card for that I need to take back. So how I handle my envelopes, this is what I would consider my wallet ones, and I know a lot of cash budgeters would just use this, that take that to the store and things like that. I like to use my card and then pay my card back. I do it for a couple of reasons. One, I feel like I'm not good with cash. Like I'm not one of those people that really hates to part with cash. I spend more when I have cash with me than when I'm using my card. I'm more intentional with my card. I'm also very intentional about paying back my card. So I do pay my card off every month. I usually make a mid-month payment and then a final payment. And that is what I struggled with when I wasn't budgeting. So I would let the transactions build up. I was not mindful of them. I was just swiping my card, buying things online. And then when I would sit down to make a payment, I was shocked at how much I had on the card. So I had to then start to get creative and pull money from different sources, because I did go for almost 2 months without any extra income. So I'd forgotten how much I relied on that extra income. So there we go. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is what I call my holidays, birthdays, things like that. I do save for birthdays and holidays all year long. So for Christmas, that is an account at Capital One. I put $400 right away every month into Christmas. And Christmas is not just gifts. It's the food, it's activities, it's wrapping paper, it's decor, it's everything that deals with the holiday. So it looks like a lot. Like we have huge Christmases, and we do. I have a big family, big extended family, but that has to cover everything for the holiday. So I think sometimes when I look at the end of the year and I'm looking at that budget. It's amazing what has to come out of that one. So for my birthday, I just had my birthday, so my envelope is empty, so I'm getting 50. My husband's birthday is next month, and it is empty because I pulled the money from here and bought tickets for us to go see a play. So he's getting 100. The Deckers is my daughter and son-in-law. My daughter just had her birthday last week. So there is $200 left in here, and now with 100 more, now have 300. The Cars is my other daughter and family, and she's now a family of 4. So she had 400 in here before. I'm adding 100. So this is their birthdays. When I had a shower, the gifts for the baby came out of here. Their anniversary, anything other than Christmas needs to come out of this folder. Family is my sisters. We've just went through everybody's birthday, so this is empty. I'm putting in 20. Nieces and nephews are really my nieces and nephews' kids. And I am adding 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 130, 140, 145, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. So 179, yes. Liam is my daughter's dog. He has 50. Since she's living with me and she's not paying rent, she's covering all of his food and his medicine, and took him to the vet yesterday, so I really haven't had to use this. And then what I did with holidays, I was going to go to 1. I'm going to start stuffing this holiday full envelope, and then I'll break it out as I need to for the holidays. I do keep a Christmas envelope in here. Just when I start to spend money, I like to track it in here. And then we are doing a family barbecue today, but this envelope is empty, so I'm going to have to take it out of my grocery money. And then, let's see. So this binder is my long-term sinking funds, and most of this is not ever going to be in cash, but I do like to track it in here because these are all online accounts with Capital One. I always want to make sure I'm tracking to make sure I have enough money. So I take what I spent this year, like we just paid our auto insurance for the year, we just paid our homeowners for the year, and our umbrella policy. I take that total amount that I just paid, I add 15% because that's about what it's been going up every year, and then I break that down by 12 months, and then that's when I put the dollar amount I put away every month. So for car insurance, electricity is an overflow, not this time of year, I might tell you. Normally I budget $250 for electricity because during the winter months it's like $150. I put the balance in here to help offset the summer months, but that money is gone, so I'll rebuild that back up in the fall and the winter. HOA, I pay quarterly, so I do put away for that monthly. So 105, that way I don't have to figure out how to take 300 out of my budget. I just need to take the 105 that I'm used to. My homeowner's insurance, household is an overflow. We do have a home reno account at Capital One that we have been saving for a while. We are getting ready to finally get new countertops and things like that. So that money has been sitting there just nicely growing interest, but I think we're ready to do that. Pest control is quarterly. I just put away $35 so that when the bill of $95 comes in, I can offset that a little bit. My property tax will be due next month. I've got $2,000 in there now. I just put another $400, so it should be about $21, $22, so I should be fine. And vacation I am funding in cash because I am going out of town next week for 4 days, and so I am putting $175 in there, so $150. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 110, 3 5s. Should be 175. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 160, 165, 70, 75. So next week, my husband's actually working in Chicago. So my original plan was to go and see my sister who lives there. But she is actually going to be here when I'm there. So my husband got my flight, which he has so many miles built up. And the hotel is being paid for by the company. So he is working all day and I am literally just relaxing. So I'm going to work out. I'll be by the pool. I'm going to go shopping. So this really is just, I'm going to do very little shopping. I might add you because, again, no money left. But this will be for my food during the day. I probably will go to dinner with them a couple times, but I will have really very few expenses. I won't have like hotel, flight, things like that. I may have some transportation if I take the train, things like that. So 175, this will go with me next week. And then for this one, the only thing I'm able to fund, I'm going to put 126 in planning and journaling. It is, for those of you who know, it is planner season. So it is September 1st is the Hobonichi launch. I buy a Hobonichi cousin every year. This year I really kind of got into my groove with it, so I wasn't going to replace it. I was going to go to an undated planner, but I want to leave the option open if I do decide I want to buy it. And then 3 5s and 1. Okay, so this should be 126. So 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. And of course I will be buying that online and then paying my card back from the envelope, and then everything else is empty. Okay, that was a very fast $2,621. So my plan is to follow up every week. I appreciate if you guys hold me accountable, because obviously I'm not adult enough to do it myself. And then I did bring this back, so I've already set it up for my first check-in. I don't think this is focusing though. So I've set up August. I've already got our bills in. I'm starting to track my no spends. I need half the month to be with a no spend. My weekly check-in, my transaction log, and then in the back, I'll be doing the sinking fund. So everything that I just stuffed will go here, and then if I remove anything, I'll take it out. If I work more, I'll add more. So this kind of gives me the flexibility to kind of track what's happening in my sinking funds for the month. Okay, that is everything for this video. Thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Come along with this journey with me. If you have been with me from the beginning, thank you so much for sticking it out with me. I try really hard not to just disappear, and I did want to be upfront with everybody, but I will be coming back just again to kind of make myself more accountable. You think you budget for so long that it's just going to be, just you're going to do it and you're just not even going to deviate from it. But I have found that that is not true. I think when I was given the chance just to ignore my budget, I did. So not a proud moment. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.